Choice Hotels get you more for your money so you can maximize any road trip. And as your vacation maximizationer, I'm going to make sure you hear the maximum sizzle of Comfort Inn's free hot breakfast. Let's get real close. Maximum apple. Now that's fresh crispimization. Maximum waffle. Hear that crunch. And that's maximum coffee. Oh yeah, that's the pour I'm talking about. Breakfast maximized before hitting the road. Check into more. Book direct at choicehotels.com.
Starting a business can seem like a daunting task, unless you have a partner like Shopify. They have the tools you need to start and grow your business. From designing a website to marketing to selling and beyond, Shopify can help with everything you need. There's a reason millions of companies like Mattel, Heinz, and Allbirds continue to trust and use them. With Shopify on your side, turn your big business idea into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
The Roger Stone Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Welcome back to the Roger Stone Show. And now joining me is iconic comedian. She's America's Mom, who had the #1 hit comedy television show in America for years. Later became a activist and a truth teller in her own right. She's now out with her own new film called Roseanne Barr is America. Welcome to my friend, Roseanne Barr. Roseanne, welcome to the Roger Stone Show.
Hi, Roger. How are you doing?
I am so happy to have you. People need to know that when I was fighting for my life, when they were trying to frame me in the Russian collusion hoax, when people I'd known for years wouldn't return my call pretending they didn't know me, I reached out to you because I needed to raise money for my legal defense. You made a video appealing for funds for my legal defense fund, and here I am today, pardoned, vindicated, because you can't lie under oath about things that never happened, can you? And there was no Russian collusion. It was all BS, and God bless you. I will never forget your standing up for me.
Well, I knew they were railroading you, and it's great to be vindicated, isn't it?
It really is. Now the only question is whether this little gang of crooks, Obama, Biden, Comey, Brennan, Rice, all of these reprobates, whether they're going to be held accountable, whether we have a two-tier justice system or there's a separate rule for them. I'm praying that Attorney General Pam Bondi will do his duty, and I want to see some arrests. I want to see 29 heavily armed, fully SWAT-clad FBI agents wearing night goggles and brandishing M4 assault weapons surround John Brennan's home at 6 o'clock in the morning, and perp walk him, if he had a wife, and his wife out in front of the Newsmax cameras or the Fox cameras. I'm ready for that moment.
I think all of us are. All of us are more than ready, and I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen pretty quick. Get better, or we're going to be mad.
We're going to be big mad. So, Roseanne, what do you make of this current situation regarding the Epstein files? I mean, Trump is falsely being attacked and blamed by the fake news, while Democrat-appointed judges are the ones blocking grand jury testimony from being unsealed. How do we make sense of this whole thing and try to explain to people out there who are being gaslit and confused?
Well, I think that people who are being gaslit and confused by the Democrats and the media, I don't think they're ever going to get it. So I think we should just give up on them. Because I don't think if they look at this and see that, all those years in office, Biden, he never released the Epstein list. He had it. So, I mean, I think that Trump is just smarter than everybody, and he's making the Democrats blame him so that he, blame him and then stop him. So it's like the double bind that they always do. They always accuse the other side of doing what they do, and then they undo it. And so it's like such double standards that you can't miss it. There's no way you cannot see it unless you're just a complete idiot.
Well, you were really the first big victim of cancel culture. You and our mutual friend Laura Loomer I was right there behind you. To this day, I'm still banned for life on Facebook, banned for life on Instagram, banned for life on YouTube. I get by without those things. The irony, of course, is if you go to Facebook or Instagram, there's a bunch of Roger Stones. There's dozens of them. Problem is, none of them are me.
Right.
But and they don't do anything about that. We complain. My lawyers complain. They do nothing whatsoever about that. Why?
No, they don't do anything about that. And they also heavily censor anything that Jewish people write. They heavily censor that on X and everywhere else, especially if you're, for your own people. That goes down faster than a leaded balloon. It's taken off, censored everywhere, worldwide, and nobody talks about that either. But it is true.
No, they try to erase you. They try to completely and totally erase you, but they fail because we're both here. So there may be a lot of fake Roger Stones out there, but there's only one real Roseanne Barr, and I'm proud to say we've got her. I want to talk about this new movie, this documentary, Roseanne is America. I got to talk about it because the director and producer, Joel Gilbert, is hawking me by text relentlessly. So I have no choice. But you had the world premiere.
Yeah, he hawked me too relentlessly.
I understand.
But he made a great movie, and I'm really happy with it. It shows my whole life, how I got famous, which, it's really funny, and it shows how I became a comedian. And then the second half goes into the explanation of my tweet and why I was fired. And it gets heavily political, but it's finally, I get to talk about what my tweet meant in the context of the years that have passed, including the attack on October 7th of Israel, which was kind of the subject of my tweet. And I finally get to speak out on it and how I was right. And, I was prescient in my tweet. And if it's understood in its geopolitical context, instead of reduced to the stupidest thing they could come up with, I have concern for what's happening in our country, right now. And I'm so grateful that Trump won and that he's doing such a great job. And, all of that is part and parcel of the movie. And it's kind of like my going from being a leftist to becoming a radical constitutionalist American. And so that is kind of what has happened in America. And I think the point of the movie is that, the majority of voters think like I do.
There's no question about that. We are the majority, sometimes the silent majority. If you're interested, folks, you can go get the film at RoseanneIsAmerica.com. That's RoseanneIsAmerica.com. It's on live stream at YouTube Movies, Apple TV, iTunes, Amazon Prime, Tubi TV, and others. Also, video on demand, all satellite and cable networks nationwide. 86 million people could see this movie. You got it on DirecTV, Dish Network, Cox Cable, Comcast. Go.
I'm sorry. No, I hope they do watch it because I think that it really clears up. It's very clear in what's happened to us since I got fired in 2017, and I think it makes very clear why I was censored and fired, because I tweeted about the Muslim Brotherhood and their influence on America, and we're all seeing it right now. So, and we were never allowed to say those words. And still, if you say those two words, you're censored, immediately censored on most media.
You probably don't know this, but until very recently, I was banned on KABC in Los Angeles. I was banned because Tom Arnold falsely accused me of having involvement in the Al Franken case, because I heard from Fox that Franken was going to be confronted with these charges of sexual assault, and I posted about it. That doesn't mean that I was involved in it. I had no involvement in it, but the left decided that I orchestrated the whole thing, and I was banned from KABC. I could never come back and do an interview until about 2 weeks ago, when John Phillips finally got them to lift the ban. So now I'm not only on 77 WABC, but also KABC for that landmark interview. It was nice to be back after all that time.
Well, it's really nice that you're back. They seem to be lifting the bans some places, but, they're not really lifting it. They're just going further and further underground, and that's why America needs to see some of these people arrested, if not all of them, very quickly, because they really did overthrow the constitutional republic of the United States of America, and they need to be punished and called for on it.
Yeah, well, you have a lot of courage to come out and say that. I really wanted to go to the world premiere screening of your film at the National Press Club recently. In my case, any excuse to put on a tuxedo. But unfortunately, I had a conflict. But how was it? Really looked like a good time.
My fans came, and of course they were not in tuxedos. So you would have been out of place. They were in shorts and T-shirts. And I was really glad that they came to that place. It was fun to kind of, show a bunch of working class people to show up there. It was nice to speak with and meet them and, host it there. It was pretty fancy. I had never been there before, but it was fancy and nice.
When we come back, I'm going to ask you about this. I read that your sister Geraldine tragically died after getting the COVID jab, and many others in your family are chronically ill. Is that accurate?
Well, my sister Stephanie.
Ah, I see. Well, it's a tragic situation. We've experienced some division in my own family. It's still delicate, difficult to talk about. But I really like what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is doing in his efforts to make America healthy again, and to tell tell American people the truth about it. And also, somebody posted this online. They said, Gabbard Barr 2028. Wow, I love that idea. And I know they're not talking about Bill Barr, I know they're not talking about former Attorney General Bill Barr. No. Definitely not. If you're just tuning in, this is the Roger Stone Show. We're talking to the one and only comic superstar, Roseanne Barr, and we'll be right back with more of this epic interview. In the meantime, go check out her new documentary film. You can go to RoseanneIsAmerica.com, RoseanneIsAmerica.com. You can also get the DVD by going to Amazon.com. Haven't had a chance to see it, but everything Joel Gilbert produces is first rate. And, well, Roseanne, you're my favorite. I have to admit it. We'll be right back with the Roger Stone Show. Whatever you do, don't touch that dial.
The Roger Stone Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Shopping is hard.
I can never find anything in my size.
I don't even know my size.
I buy my clothes the same place I buy my groceries.
There's a better way. Make it easy with Stitch Fix. Just share your size, style, budget, and done. Your personal stylist sends pieces picked just for you.
That was easy.
Stitch Fix. Online personal styling for everyone. Free shipping and returns. No subscription required. Get started today at StitchFix.com.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
The Roger Stone Show. Entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
And we're back. We're talking to the American actress, comedian, writer, television producer, and outspoken patriot, Roseanne Barr. Roseanne Barr, of course, had the groundbreaking sitcom Roseanne from 1988 to 1997, then very successfully revived in 2018 until Roseanne posted a tweet about the Iran nuclear deal and Obama ally Valerie Jarrett. And then suddenly this lifelong civil rights activist was promptly accused of racism over this misunderstood post, and Roseanne and her show were abruptly canceled. I had dinner Friday night with Laura Loomer in Washington, D.C. We were both talking about how we love you so much. Your ears must have been ringing.
I love you both so much.
And we get along. We probably get along because we're both half crazy. You can join us in some of that. But we're patriots.
Yes, absolutely.
We're patriots, and we put America first. I told Laura I was going to ask you this question because I really don't get it. So you come originally from the left. You had a variety of very liberal views earlier in your life. You've kind of evolved, but you're certainly familiar with the ideology. And there's always been some anti-Israel sentiment on the far left, but recently it has become more vicious and more mainstream than ever before.
No, that isn't true. It wasn't always like that. When I was a girl, my parents were both Democrats, but they said it was because the Democrat Party, as they saw it, was more for the working man. So that's how it was always in our house, because they were working people, My parents both had jobs. And so they thought it was unions for the people and this and that. So the thing is, I always thought that too until I realized as, in television with, when things really changed in America, I was just witnessing it. I was witnessing it when I started doing stand-up in 1980. I call it the great unraveling, where public money started going into private pockets. And so I'd always noticed that and how things changed and how everything was kind of getting hijacked. And as I grew, I just noticed things. And I noticed, boy, the Democrats sure stopped talking about labor issues, and they sure stopped talking about the working man. And, boy, they sure started talking about Israel, didn't they? They sure did. And, then they started talking about everything but the working man and, labor rights. And it's weird. And then I ran for president because I felt like Obama was the worst offender of what a Democrat was supposed to be talking about. His speeches astounded me. And I was at the time living in Hawaii, and I was an organic farmer. And the state of Hawaii was forcing us to use Roundup, Monsanto Roundup on our organic crops. So I went and gave a fiery speech at City Hall, and Monsanto moved off our island, and I was very proud of that. And I gave one hell of a speech, and I decided all you have to do to run for president is give a speech. So I realized that with Obama. So in 2012, I gave a hell of a speech as a socialist, but it was really as a populist. And then when I heard Trump doing it, I fell madly in love with him because I'm a narcissist, and I was like, he's got the right ideas. He's saying the same thing. I campaigned with, we must audit the Federal Reserve. And, I mean, good ideas just occur in the world when God wants them to, I've always thought. And so, that was basically the way I changed, because I said, look at Trump out there talking about labor, American labor, and working people. It's just great. It's what the Democrats are supposed to be doing. So that's why he won, and I knew it. And then I also know now, looking back, the reason they fired me is because they was planning on unleashing the epidemic, or whatever they call it, the COVID, and they couldn't have me on the air because I would have told everybody not to get the shot, which I did. And, I would have told them, too, hey, they're going to steal the election. So they couldn't have me on the air. So they had to find some way to get rid of me.
Yeah, too much truth.
So that's okay. Well, you know what? I feel like God took me out of Egypt and led me to the promised land, which is free speech. And so now I'm doing it, and I'm actually happier and having a better life. And
you aren't on social
media. I don't have to talk to people in suits, ever. I never have to talk to fucking guys in suits, ever.
So you aren't on social media as much as you've actually stated it's a brainwashing machine, but you remain very outspoken with your regular podcast.
Well, it is a brainwashing machine, but also it's lies. It's a unified field of bullshit.
Oh, they're loving this back at the station, I can tell you. How can people access your podcast and remain connected with the content that you're putting out?
Am I not supposed to swear on here? I apologize if I'm not supposed to swear.
Don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. I'll take you any way you come. Okay. I'm just proud to have you and proud that you're my friend.
Well, God bless America, and I just want to say, they're stepping up the trying to divide us stuff, the MAGA folk. They're trying to divide us in every possible way because they're getting paid from people who will benefit from us being divided. So just don't listen to any of it. And Trump is going to release everything, believe me, at the right time, because he's a master of timing, and he's got it all planned out. And appear weak when you're at your strongest, right?
Absolutely. All right. Folks, please go to...
Thank you for having me on.
Thank you, sweetheart.
You can find me at Roseanne Barr Podcast.
There you go. That was my final question.
Thank you, Roger.
Thank you, Roseanne. We love you. Go get her film, RoseanneIsAmerica.com, and thank you for joining us today on The Roger Stone Show.
The Roger Stone Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.